Hey everybody, welcome to episode 13, and this is Battletech, and I'm Wheel Trouble. So the first thing we're going to do is start in on these upgrades, and since they have little screens for every little upgrade we do, and once I go through them you don't get to see them, I figure I'll include these in the misadventures of my crew. Let's see, so repaired power conduits is the first one that I really need to work on here, get power up and running. The Argo's power system is a wreck, and getting a minimal level of power to the ship's systems without constantly tripped breakers and brownouts is a minor miracle. And her personal footnote here, I'm terrified of the current state of the power system, Commander. Repairing it should be a top priority. We cannot bring most of the Argo's other systems online until the power is stable. Also, I'd avoid touching any exposed to deck plating, just in case. Now this is going to take 10 days to complete. It's going to increase my cost almost 500, but that's okay. And the initial purchase is 90,000 C-bills. Nothing bad though, and no requirements. So, purchasing it, and we'll have that in 10 days.
I'll get the team on it right away.
So, alright, see you guys in a few moments. Time for another upgrade. We've just finished the power systems. Now, I can either work on the battle mechs. There's nothing I can do on the med base quite yet. Repair and refit would definitely be a nice thing. Let's see. Many of the Argo's mech-based systems were only meant to be used with sophisticated Star League-era automation. Bringing that automation even partially back online is a substantial force multiplier to Yang's skills. We need repaired power conduits, which we have. 500,000 C-bills nearly. Increases our cost a little bit, but it gives us +2 tech points, so things get done faster. This stuff can't do the work for me, but it comes awfully close. You want to speed things up around here? Give me the resources to get these machines back online. Alright, let's do it.
Alright, I'll get the team on it right away.
Thank you. Alright, see you guys in a few more moments. We're on the same trip still, actually going to that very same mission. And we already completed the one set of upgrades, so let's see what else we can upgrade here. Refit harness. Mechs were not really meant to bear their own weight while being refitted with new equipment. The Argo's mech bay includes harnesses meant to hoist the mech up for easier access while refitting. Let's see, mech bay 1, which we have, repaired power conduits. Lower purchase cost, increases our average cost a little bit. It's going to take 20 days to complete, but it gives us +2 tech points. You always see cables and stuff hanging down from the ceilings and think, what the hell are those for, right? Lifting and turning entire mechs. We get them back online, and we can lift a whole mech, and I mean, honestly, I just want to see that happen. Alright, here you go. Yang's getting spoiled on this trip.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Thank you. A few more moments later. Priority mission. Lady Arano's contract to liberate House Decimus is ready for review in the command center. We should follow up when you think you're ready. Well, I'm going to wait till we completely rebuild the Argo. So, anyway, moving on. On to the next order of business. Let's see. See what we can do on the repair scaffolding here. We've got the minimum requirement of 1 mech bay. Let's see. Purchase cost isn't terrible. Average cost is alright. Kinda high, but whatever. Completion, 20 days. The Argo's mech cubicles used to have a complex system of movable walkways and scaffolds for accessing any part of a damaged mech. Those walkways, once brought online, make the job of repairing mechs much simpler. The platforms around here are meant to move automatically when they detect the size of the mech we're working on, adjusting to be at just the right height. They're all offline, and we've been working around that, but let's get them fixed and speed this up. Sure.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Good to hear. Okay, see you guys at the next upgrade. Never a dull moment around here. Rumble seat. Let's see, it's week 89, day 1. The Argo's command deck begins shaking again. I can't stand this anymore, Sumire says. This has been happening every 2.5 hours like clockwork. It makes me want to break something. Every 2.4 hours, to be precise. Dr. Murad's tone is infuriatingly reasonable. And only while the Argo is under thrust. Sumire flashes you an exasperated look. Why can't we get this fixed? After 17 seconds, the shaking stops, right on schedule. I can tell everyone to live with it, ask Murad to try to fix it, or spend 100,000 if I had the structural reinforcement to recalibrate the rotation controllers. Well, I don't have that, so it's between A and B here. I don't really want to take the morale hit, so I'm going to ask Murad to try to fix it. You say, "Would you continue to investigate the problem, Dr. Murad? As I've told you on past occasions," she begins, "there is a software defect in the Habitat Pod rotation controller. The pods are folded for travel, and the controller is supposed to be dormant. But it continues to count rotation cycles anyway. On the 512th cycle, it tries to rotate the pods despite them being folded. That's our 2.4 hours. It cannot actually perform the rotation because of the mechanical safety measures that prevent them from happening. That's our shaking." Sumire says, "I liked it better when it was a mystery." Dr. Murad shakes her head. "There's nothing for me to fix. I inspect the safeties for stress and wear every time we break orbit. As absurd as this issue is, the Argo was designed to handle it. No lasting consequences." Okay, works for me. Time to keep Dr. Murad busy. Let's see here. She just finished our most recent upgrade. So Yang should be good and happy. We can't actually do the last refit until we have the second mech bay and structural repair. So that means structural repair is probably next on the docket. Crashing a ship into a moon causes all sorts of damage, both visible and hidden. Major structure supports have been twisted and weakened. We need to be repaired before any ship system puts a serious load on them. It's not bad, doesn't add much to the cost, and it's only 15 days. Structural jury rigging. It's unclear which is more terrifying, Commander, the Argo's power system or its internal structure. We can do very little to improve on the ship while it's in danger of buckling under the modest forces exerted by the grav deck and the drive. Okay, let's do it.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
It's not as bad as the ongoing costs of these repair and refit things. Alright. Well, slowly but surely, the Argo's getting better. Cards in the mech bay. Week 90, day 4. There we go. In the morning meeting, Yang has a complaint. The mech warriors are spending too much time in the mech bay. They're playing card games on the floor and getting in the way. Can't they go somewhere else? Darius says, "I can clarify that they are not to obstruct the crew. Sadly, we don't have any dedicated recreation facilities to keep them occupied. This kind of issue is likely to keep occurring. I can restrict the games to the barracks or allow card games on the mess deck." It's 6 one way, half dozen another. If we had a recreation world, I could just throw them out on, out on the planet. I'm going to allow it on the mess deck. People probably won't like it, but whatever. Darius sections off 2 tables at the far end of the mess as a temporary recreation space. The mech warriors cheerfully move their card games, and Yang is glad to get them out of his hair, morale increased by 1. Cool. So this means we probably need to, once we get the core stuff out of the way, start considering the creature comforts of this ship. Alright, see you guys in a few more moments. Week 92, day 1. New holovids. The Argo's current budget includes a line item for crew entertainment, so after polling the morning briefing for preferences, Darius places an order. Soon, a shipment of popular new holovid ships from Faldir arrives, a mix of action, historical drama, horror, screwball comedies, and animated features. Now I can circulate the holovid ships among the crew.
This is an all-ship announcement. There's something very wrong with the gin we picked up on Liarton. If you have any, please dispose of it immediately. And for everyone's sake, don't drink it.
Anyway, So I can either circulate the holovid chips among the crew, or host a mass viewing in the mess. I know if someone tried to get me to sit through a rom-com, I'd probably throw a fit, especially if it was during my lunch. So let's just circulate the holovid chips among the crew. Okay. The new holovid chips prove so enjoyable that the crew voluntarily sets up wait lists as an alternative to crowding in front of tiny barracks view screen. Later in the week, Behemoth finds you in the mess. Commander, thanks for all the new holovids. I just can't get enough of minor major. I'd swear the riders have a listening device aboard the Argo. It's uncanny. Behemoth has gained the following tags for 30 days. High spirits. Let's see, what is minor major? I've never heard of this. An irreverent comedy. Minor Major follows a band of mercenaries who confirm the worst cliches of the profession. They're motivated solely by money and have flexible loyalty to the employer of the week. Despite the show's ham-fisted acting and lazy special effects, viewing parties are held regularly on military bases and in mercenary barracks. Okay. Alright. Moving on. And it's upgrade time again. Back into engineering. Sadly, I'm having to just burn time till the Kintaro's done. There's some work I want to do. So let's see, what do I need to do to get this improved automation? Cost isn't terrible. Repairs to the mech bay. Oh, I need mech bay 2. So that's going to be the next thing. Mech bay 2. Ooh, oh, that's expensive. Yang, it's a good thing that you're good at your job. Alright, average cost is... Oh, God, this hurts. The mech bay supports up to 12 battle mechs ready for battle. Great, I don't have that many. I usually have a lance and a spare. Plus 3 tech points, that'll help. The repaired power conduits allow 6 more mech cubicles to be powered up and made available. This also brings more of the mech bay's automated systems online, making Yang's job easier. We've got a lot of extra space in here, Commander. It's just full of junk and pirate garbage. About half the walls are missing. I could pull my engineers off mech duties, and we could probably get another 6 mech cubicles online. Just say the word. Alright, let's do it.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Okay. And hopefully I'll be able to drop before too long, because, man, I'm going to need to make money after that stunt. Week 94, Day 6. Ventilation trouble. In the daily briefing, Darius brings up the barracks climate control system. Apparently, it's started cycling randomly between tolerable and inside of a mech cockpit in the desert. Basically incredibly hot. Dr. Murad just shrugs. I can replace the fan controllers again, but it may not be money well spent. Something else is going on in the unimproved power conduits. But as the Argo is very old and very complicated, tracking it down has been difficult. Now I can replace the fan controllers, or I can distribute portable fans to those affected. It's cheap enough. Let's replace the fan controllers. Dr. Murad nods. Of course. One less thing to worry about right now. Smartass. Replacing the fan controllers resolves the temperature issue, at least in the short term. Dr. Murad deprioritizes tracking down the problem's root cause, whatever is happening to the power system. It isn't currently causing issues, and there are other problems to solve. At least I'm just out a little bit of money and nothing major. Till the next time. It's upgrade time again, and let's see what we can do to our ship this time. We just added the other mech bay, which has increased us to 14 on mech tech. Medical will be nice once I get the rest of this done. But, let's see. Repair and refit. I needed automation, mech bay 2, structural repair. Purchase price isn't bad, average cost is kinda steep, but that's okay. Gives us plus 3 tech points. Repairs to the mech bay have unearthed a much more extensive system of mech maintenance automation than Yang previously suspected. Once it's back online, many common tasks will become trivial. There's machines hidden in the walls, under the floor panels. I don't even know what half of it does, but I turned one on, and it built a mech leg before I was able to shut it off. We make these work, we'll be moving mechs out of repair in record time. Well, this is kind of important, so let's do it.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew
Alright,
moving.
yay, and that's about everything we can do in the repair and refit. Next will just be the training modules, which will help our mech warriors out. But before that, I'm actually going to work on the med bays so that I can get mech warriors back in action rather than having to pay more on a regular basis. It's cheaper to fix them than to pay salaries. So, anyway. Distress call. Week 97, Day 1. Sumire catches your attention on the bridge. Commander, I've picked up a distress call from a nearby civilian transport. It's not exactly our job to assist in matters like this, but we may be the nearest ship available. She studies the display. On the other hand, it looks like the ship's engines are in critical state. They could explode before we get there. Now I can stay out of it, investigate carefully, or mount an immediate rescue expedition. Let's be benevolent. Although it could be a trap. Let's see. When the Argo arrives at the source of the distress beacon, it's clear you made the right decision. A handful of void-suited passengers spin aimlessly away from a gaping hole in the hull, hoping against hope for rescue. Your tech staff managed to scoop up the survivors just before the transport explodes. I gain 1 reputation with the Arano restoration, hooray, and morale has increased by 1. Again, hooray. Well, I hope Yang's happy. He now has the automation he was wanting. So let's see if I can go ahead and start upgrading my medical facilities. I believe I needed beta pod first, so habitat pods, beta pod. Sounds like Pokemon or something. Once repaired, includes what was clearly once a hydroponics facility near the spine of the Argo, and a low-G gymnasium just above that. Neither survived exposure to hard vacuum and stellar radiation, but they're tantalizing indicators of the luxuries the Argo once included. And I've got everything I need for that. It's kind of spendy. It's going to add to the average cost. It gives me up to 16 mech warriors. Not sure I want to add to the crew. The crew has seen the beta pod wreck facilities on the ship's floor plans, Commander, and it's all they can talk about. More practically, we'd be able to bring the beta pod medical facilities back online. That's the part I'm concerned with. So, here we go.
Roger that, Commander. I'll
Man,
get
that's
the
a
crew
financial
moving.
hit. But once she's done with that, we can go ahead and upgrade the medical, and we'll kind of work from there. From there, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I might go ahead and start with the training modules and start building crew morale. I don't know. It's a tough call. There's also the power systems and whatnot, which might open up some more frills. So, anyway, back to work. Week 100, Day 3. Happy accidents. Darius opens the morning briefing with a scowl on his face. We picked up new supplies a few weeks ago, and we're just now opening some of the crates of machine tools. And, well, I can't believe this happened again, but Yang practically explodes from his chair. We have more frozen Triple F burger meat. Do you know how hard this stuff is to come by in the periphery? Triple F being flagship sandwich sold by Triple F restaurants throughout Federated Suns. Got it. Okay. Dr. Murad sighs audibly. Please tell me that the refrigeration was still operational. I don't want a repeat of last time. Let's see, I can destroy the meat, give the crates of meat to Yang, or task Darius with selling them on the market. Yeah, we could use the money. Let's see what happens. Shaking your head, you say, Chief, I can't afford to have half of your technicians in the med bay, like last time. Turning to your XO, Darius, spread the word and see what you can sell them for. Later that week, Darius delivers some unexpected good news. I wouldn't believe this, but if I hadn't heard it myself with my own ears, a mercenary company from Davion Space had a clause in their contract that their monthly pay would include meals at Triple F restaurant. Their XO was desperate to take the meat off our hands, to stave off a mutiny. Yang slams his fists on the table. You see? Not so crazy after all, am I? There was a mercenary company that actually had... I guess I would do it for In-N-Out Burgers, so I get it. Anyway, so that's 10,000 C-bills. Okay, I can live with this. It's that time again, kids. Time for another upgrade. And we can go ahead and get this medbay. Let's see. Medbay 2, pretty steep cost, and it's got an average upkeep cost that's pretty steep too. But This expanded field hospital allows for 2 med techs to work side by side, meaning more capacity to treat patients. The cost includes the salary of an additional skilled med tech to treat your injured mech warriors. Commander, the existing med bay is able to keep up, but just barely. Nobody's dying for lack of treatment, but our medics are overworked. Betapod has an entire additional medical bay, unused and waiting to be renovated and powered back up. Let's do it. This gets us back in the field faster.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
Yay! Alright. So after that, we'll go ahead and start working. The training modules will help the pilots that aren't in combat, so who knows. I may have to stop being generous with my salary, though. I'm back under 10 million and I'm not happy with that. That's okay. This mission's got a big payday. Okay, medbay has been upgraded now, and let's go ahead and see what else we can do. Let's go ahead and start off with training module here. Let's see, repaired power conduits. Now, I love these. These are the old Firestorm mech pods that you actually see at places like Kinkle Family Fun Center. If someone wants to buy me one, please, I would honorable mention, have you on the channel, whatever you want. Seriously, these things are cool. Mech warriors gain 20 experience per day. Mech warriors with less than 10,000 total experience can benefit from this training. So my veterans can't, but people like Lyric certainly can, and it would incentivize me to buy some, to hire new mech warriors as time goes on. This set of networked battle pods allows mech warriors to compete against one another in simulated mech battles, generating experience for participating mech warriors. Each mech warrior with less than 10,000 total experience will gain 20 experience per day. Commander, have you seen these simulator pods? They're fantastic. I take back everything bad I've ever said about the Argo. We've got to get these things running ASAP. Let's get it running. These are cheap enough that it's kind of a drop in the bucket anyway.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Yay. You'd think the training would actually help the morale too. Whatever. Week 103, Day 7. Pirates ambush the Argo. Blaring klaxons interrupt the otherwise quiet morning routine as several fast-moving ships appear, pacing the Argo. Darius broadcasts their hail to the bridge. You're flying through our space, strangers. It's awfully dangerous out here. Just awful. Especially for a ragged-looking ship like the Argo, is it? Tell you what, we'll provide you with safe passage, for a price, of course. While you consider your options, Sumire pipes up. Commander, if you buy me some time, I could do a rapid fire-up of the Leopard. That would teach them not to mess with us. Let's see. I'm liked by the restoration, so I can broadcast for system help, or I can stall till the Leopard's ready. Let's stall till the Leopard's ready. Okay. The frustrated pirate tries to walk you through the money transfer one more time. No, the last account number is a 0, not the letter O. It's never the letter O. Just then, the Leopard leaps free from its docking collar on the side of the Argo and fires a barrage of LRMs at the pirate ship. The pirates retaliate with laser blasts, and the whole ship groans as emergency systems activate. After another flash of light from the Leopard, the enemy captain gives an order to retreat. Unfortunately, it's too late for Lyric, who is caught on the wrong side of a blast door and ends up in the med bay. Lyric suffers 2 times injury. So she gets injured twice. Yay. Let's hope that doesn't knock us out too far. Not great, because we needed her for the mission. Oh well. 2 upgrades in 1 trip. How did I get so lucky? Training module 2. This one's a little bit more pricey, but I'd say it's worth it. Average cost is 1,000 per cycle, so making my ship more expensive. Mech warriors gain 30 experience each day. Mech warriors with less than 20,000 total experience can benefit from this training, so it's much better. Adding more battle pods allows for full lance training simulations, as well as raucous ship-wide tournaments. This increases the amount of experience gained by mech warriors aboard the ship. Each mech warrior with less than 20,000 total experience will gain 30 experience points per day. Farah just told me that the simulators in Betapod can network with the others. You know what that means? It means ship-wide tournaments. It means mech warriors getting stomped in simulated battles by yours truly. Really, Sumire? You fancy yourself that good? We need these simulators, Commander. If you're that good, Sumire, what are you doing in here? Alright, let's get this sucker going.
Sure thing. It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Thank you. Yet another upgrade. Let's go back, visit Farah in engineering. And what should we do this time? Guess let's start building morale. There's not really much. Like, I don't really care about the third mech bay. I'm not using it. Don't see any point in the habitat pod yet. Nothing's requiring it. Same thing with, like, the structure and whatnot. Nothing's really requiring it yet. So, gym has almost no upkeep cost, and it's 1 drop's worth. It'll give +1 morale. I don't know if that's ongoing +1 or just +1 for the 1 hit. Anyway, mech warriors have to maintain their physical condition, and in doing so on their own quarters is claustrophobic and distracting. Luckily, the Argo has a full gymnasium, needing only repair and power. I suspect a solid majority of the complaints I've received from the mech warriors are simple idleness. With the fitness facilities, I could solve that idleness for them, Commander, if you, take my meaning. Drill Sergeant. Sounds
Roger
good to me.
that, Commander.
Let's do it.
I'll get the crew moving.
Week 108, Day 3. Poker Night. Wheel, it's Poker Night. Darius is prowling outside your quarters as you return after dinner. Poker Night. Darius first insisted because he said it would help keep his skills sharp. He doesn't always win, so perhaps he's right. It's usually the senior staff he ropes into playing, although occasionally some other lucky crew member or guest is invited to the table. But you're the boss. He can't make you play. He can pass on the game, play casually, play to win, or manipulate the game. I'm gonna go ahead and play to win. This is just a friendly game, Darius intones as he shuffles the deck of cards. You lean forward. Speak for yourself, I'm here to win. Dr. Murad, who only attends to socialize, soon vanishes, and Yang is out early. I wonder about those two. But the bout between you, Sumire, and Darius goes late into the night. Sumire doesn't miss a beat either. The biggest advantage you have in your negotiations, she says to Darius as she collects another pot, is that your victims don't know you like I do. You've been lucky, Darius says, frowning. Keep telling yourself that, and play another hand, Sumire challenges, but Darius does a bit of math and withdraws. You wisely follow him out, leaving Sumire snickering in front of her winnings. Morale increased by 2. Alright, we now have the gym. Let's see what else I can do to make my crew slightly happier. Let's see. Hydroponics. Library, right, like my guys can read. And a lounge. Let's just run down the list. Hydroponic garden. Near the spine, the spin of the pods isn't sufficient to generate any real apparent gravity. This makes those areas bad for living in, but excellent for growing hydroponic crops. They freshen the air and add variety to meal times.
All mech warriors to the habitation ring for a mandatory hygiene check. Repeat, all mech warriors to the habitation ring.
I've looked over the Gamma Pod, Commander. I haven't launched Gamma yet. Anyway, and most of the original plumbing is intact. With a small amount of effort, I could repair the hydroponics and have fresh herbs and vegetables instead of reconstituted paste in the galley. Just a thought. Yeah, sure, whatever. Another boost to morale, and sadly, the average cost goes up quite a bit, considering we're not having to go out and buy food anymore, but whatever.
All right, I'll get the team on it right away.
Week 109, Day 4. Travelers in need. In the daily briefing, Sumire brings up an open hail from a nearby ship. They say their crew has contracted a virulent case of the periphery pox, but the local government is preventing them from landing and to receive medical care. Darius shrugs. We could sell them some of our medical supplies. It would limit us in the medbay for a bit, but given their situation, I expect they'd pay up. Dr. Murad bristles at this suggestion. Spacers should stick together, Commander. Besides, the local authorities might appreciate your generosity. Okay, I can stay out of it. Sell them the medical supplies. Or I could give them some medical supplies. I'm gonna sell it to them because we are a mercenary outfit. This is a business. You nod at Darius. We're not a charity, but we can spare some of our medical supplies. Reach out and see if they're willing to pay. Darius gives Dr. Murad a pointed look, but they both keep any further thoughts to themselves, and the daily briefing moves on to other topics. The company suffers a -1 medical penalty for 14 days. Well, considering that Lyric is the only injured one, who cares? And I gain 30,000 C-bills. It works out.